Hey, what's up guys? Matt here, and welcome to this Monday edition of my daily news show where I share with you the stories that I wanted to talk about. If you like it, make sure you let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribe so I can see you tomorrow. So this first story for today comes to us from Maryland. A 42-year-old male teacher was apparently texting his 15-year-old female student, and her parents found out. They went to the authorities claiming the texts were inappropriate. I did try to find some of the texts, but I'm not sure if they were released or not because authorities found that there was nothing inappropriate taking place. So I had no luck on that, sorry. So nothing criminal in the text. However, later that day, the teacher actually showed up at the student's house. Again, this is after they claimed the texts were inappropriate. So the father comes to the door and the teacher asks for the student. The father obviously says no, that's creepy as hell, and tells him to leave. The teacher refused to leave, however, so the dad just let him in. Nah, I'm just kidding, he beat his ass down with a baseball bat. Now the teacher only received minor injuries and it doesn't look like he's going to press charges at this point. And I have no sympathy for this creep teacher at all. It was inappropriate in the first place for him to be texting this girl. And quick side note, it's just as dumb and just as inappropriate that this 15-year-old girl thought it would be okay to give this man her phone number. I mean, at 15 years old, you know better than that. And secondly, it was obviously inappropriate for this teacher to show up at his student's house. But regardless of that, he was asked to leave and refused. At that point, he becomes a trespasser. He's an intruder. So I think the dad was within his right to protect his house, to protect his family. I don't think he went overboard in this case. It's not like he bashed in the teacher's skull, but he did what he thought he had to. He used the minimum amount of force that was required to get this guy off his property. So like I said, I have zero sympathy for this guy. Maybe next time he'll think twice when he's asked to leave private property. And that story will actually lead us into our question of the day. How would you react if this were your daughter? With the guy texting her and then showing up at your house afterwards? Would you have reacted the same? Would you call the cops? What would you have done? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So we'll move on to a story from over the weekend coming from Las Vegas, Nevada, where we had another shooting. This one started with two people walking into a CC's Pizza and killing two cops there who were eating lunch. Alan Beck and Igor Soldo both have families that they left behind, so it'd be nice if you check out their Facebook memorial pages. I had them linked down below. So after the CC's incident, the shooters then went to Wal-Mart and opened fire, all the time shouting, and I quote, "The revolution has started." So the cops showed up and they exchanged fire for a little bit, but ultimately this one ended when the female shooter shot her male companion and then turned the gun on herself. Am I the only one who's getting tired of stories like this? It makes me feel really helpless. And actually, I have a little bit of an idea on how to combat this. It's just a rough outline, but I think something like this would be a good idea. I think we should put armed guards or police officers inside basically all public places like stores, movie theaters, schools, all that stuff. Obviously they would go through psychological testing before they were employed and the entire time, maybe every few months while they were working there. For example, maybe a Walmart could have like 8 to 10 people on staff. They'll pay them like $45,000 a year. You'd have 2 or 3 people working for each shift. Maybe if you're a smaller business and you can't afford it, there could be some type of co-op, or maybe you could use police officers, or maybe there'll be a government program, something like that. I don't know, like I said, it's just a rough outline, but I don't think that these assaults are going to taper off anytime soon. I can see how people think that the proposed gun control laws might help in theory, but a criminal is already breaking the law. It's not like they make this plan, go there with their weapons, and then see a sign in the window that says no guns, and then they're like, oh, well, I guess I gotta rob some other place. Oh, I guess I gotta start my shooting rampage somewhere else. You get what I'm trying to say? It's a scary situation. We obviously have to do something about this sooner rather than later, and I don't think that the laws are going to help very much. Alright, so with that out of the way, we will move on to a lighter story. This one is about 2 teenagers, 19-year-olds Mohamed Holloway and Nehemia Casey. Holy shit, am I saying that right? They were living the life, they had it all. $240,000 McLaren sports car, $12 million vacation home, a stolen credit card. And it's too bad that having that last thing is illegal, because that also makes the first 2 things illegal. So they apparently used this stolen credit card to rent the McLaren and rent out the vacation home. Police pulled them over because the car was reported stolen, and their entire fantasy just began to unravel from there. Holloway was actually arrested for doing something very similar to this a couple months ago. He tried to buy 14 iPhones and 2 laptops using a fake credit card. I wonder how that conversation went. Oh, it's the new iPhone you say. That's cool. I'll take 14. Of course this is a real credit card. My name is Kareem Oweet. Ha! You see what I did there? Whew. Damn, I'm funny. Alright, so we'll go on to this last story I have for you guys today. This is a video TMZ had posted on their website from a youth basketball game that rapper Master P was hosting. And judging from this video, maybe it's just me, but it seems that the line between youth basketball game and WWF wrestling match has become a lot finer since I was a kid. Watch this clip from the game, you'll see what I mean. So two things. First of all, damn, that smack was loud. You could hear that across the gym. But secondly, and more funny to me, what was that big guy doing with the mop? Did you see him walking like a badass with it? Like all of a sudden he was gonna go ninja and start spinning it around and beat someone down with it? I busted out laughing when I saw that. But, in all seriousness, really? At a charity basketball game, a youth basketball game no less, you can't just chill out and watch the kids have some fun? I mean, look how much of the crowd is involved in this fight. You can see like 4 separate scuffles going on throughout the video. At least the kids got out of the way, so none of them were really hurt. At least someone in that gym had some sense. Alright, that's everything I have for you today. Of course, I'd love to know your thoughts on the question of the day or anything else I talked about in the form of a comment down below. And with that, I will take my leave. Before you go, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be sure to stick around a little bit longer for the UrbanDictionary.com word of the day. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you tomorrow. So today's UrbanDictionary.com word of the day, or this one is really a phrase of the day, is I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A phrase that is used when someone is offended by something you said. This phrase then removes all the offensiveness of the previous statement, making it all good. Ryan, that chick has nice tits. Rob, damn man, that's my sister. Ryan, oh, I'm just saying. Rob, oh, okay, it's cool. I like this one, I thought it was pretty funny, but I would not recommend saying it to try to remove the offensiveness of anything that you just said. Kind of like the no offense thing. No offense, but you're ugly as hell. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you said no offense, but I'm still pissed. So I wouldn't try that one either. So that is today's UrbanDictionary.com word of the day. Again, thank you much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.